Hello guys, welcome back to the Brutal Investors channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about a very interesting project, which is also a relatively new project, which means the chance of you making some really good gains by entering into this crypto at this time is very high because it's brand new and it's only a couple of days old. And this is the time where people make the most of the money by investing into a crypto because as the market cap increases, they only tend to make more and more gains, right? So one example of such project is basically Amplifi or the Amplifi token, right? If you wait and watch till the end of this video, I will tell you how to use a very simple but very important technique on how you can find brand new high quality projects from CoinMarketCap so that you can also invest in them way before they become a $1 million market cap, which means you'll basically be buying it at the lowest possible price point before they start taking off, right? So make sure that you watch till the end of this video to get a full overview of how you can do the exact same thing that I'm doing to make some consistent gains, right? So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to use their website, which is perpetualyield.io, along with the information present on CoinMarketCap's page for this token. But this is only going to be a peripheral analysis, which means you need to do your own in-depth research before you put your hard-earned money on this token, right? But before we talk about Amplifi, I want to talk to you guys about GRTio. GRTio is a platform which is a very popular centralized exchange, in fact one of the most popular tier 1 centralized exchanges that is known for listing low market cap gem tokens like Amplifi way before they get listed on any major centralized exchanges, which includes Binance or Coinbase, right? So if you are anywhere in the world and you want to buy some of the lowest market cap gem tokens before they can start pumping, you basically need to have an account with GRTio. Again, this is very important because certain exchanges like GRTio are really good quality exchanges, while they also provide you with an opportunity to get into really best quality projects before they get before they become popular or before they start pumping like crazy, right? So there are multiple benefits to having a GRTio account, because if you go to their website, which is GRTio, you can first of all see that you can buy crypto, a lot of cryptos in fact, because they have some of the most diverse cryptocurrency lists available. You can also earn with them. You can also use their strategy bots. You can even buy and sell NFTs and make money in that way, and participate in their startup program where new projects try to raise funds through their platform. So you have more than one way to make money from GRTio itself, and GRTio has been known to list popular tokens and coins way before anybody can even talk about them, right? So that's the best thing about GRTio. If you have a high quality project, you can bet that that particular token or project will be in GRTio, right? So if you use the link on the screen right now and get a GRTio account today, you basically not only have a chance to make some really good gains extremely early on in your crypto career, you can also get a 30% referral bonus, which you can basically use to buy cryptocurrencies at an extremely low discounted price. So that's the best thing about GRTio, and they're offering some of the most coolest features in the cryptocurrency market. So I suggest you to use the link in the description or on the screen right now to set up your GRTio account today and buy cryptocurrencies before you can start seeing them pumping, right? And while using the link in the description, you're also supporting the Brutal Investor channel, for which I thank in advance. So going back to the CoinMarketCap page for this token, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to rely on the information from CoinMarketCap's page for this token, but this is again only a peripheral analysis, which means you need to do your own in-depth research before you put your hard-earned money on this token. So what is Amplifi? Amplifi is a perpetual yield protocol, solidifying its role as the first on-chain annuity. So they call themselves as a first perpetual yield protocol, which means they claim to provide indefinite yield for their users, and their main role is to act as a first on-chain annuity. So they provide, they claim to provide at least the highest and the most perpetual yield from their protocol, right? Through the native tokens deflationary mechanism, while along with the ETH validated dividends and a share of protocol trading revenue, Amplifi strives to bring sustained earnings to all crypto investors. So they claim to provide multiple sources of income through their protocol. The first source of income is their native tokens deflationary mechanism. So their token is extremely deflationary, and we'll go through that in a few seconds when we go through the tokenomics. But their token is deflationary in the sense that they are building in scarcity, and if the demand goes up due to low scarcity, due to high scarcity, there will be a high chance of this token pumping like crazy, right? So that's one way you can make money from this token. And another means is that they have an ETH validated dividends, which also pays a regular consistent income for token holders, along with a share of the protocol trading revenue. So by holding the token, you get a share of the protocol's revenue, which is another stream by which you can make income passively, right? So these are the three main streams of income that one would expect to get through the Amplifi protocol, and this is their main goal. They want to basically provide a sustainable long-term investments to people who are holding them or being a part of their community, right? So if you scroll further below, you can clearly see that launched in August 2022 by a team based in US and Europe. Amplifi is a decentralized application offering a multi-yield architecture that hedges against market conditions. So you can clearly see that we are in August 2022, which means this token is literally less than a month old, and this project basically came out of nowhere from a team based in US and Europe, and it's a fully decentralized platform that basically provides a multi-yield architecture that provides income whether you are in the bull market or in the bear market, right? So that's the main focus of this particular platform. So Amplifi token holders have the option between several financial products to earn up to 198% native APY, 45% of the ETH validator pool, and up to 10% of trading fees all at the same time. So this is the big thing about this project, right? So people who hold the Amplifi token have multiple ways of making money, right? We already discussed about this, but when it comes to numbers, they basically claim to provide up to 198% native APY yield, which is insanely high if you ask me. And they also provide 45% of ETH validator pool. So you can basically get an ETH validator pool revenue as well on top of the 198%, and plus you get 10% of all the trading fees that's happening on the protocol completely together. So all these three things will be provided to you if you're a token holder, which is a pretty crazy deal if you ask me. But again, you should exercise caution because there's going to be a lot of risk, and a project that promises so much has a lot of innate risks, which we'll go through towards another video as well. But at least if you are early on, you can make as much money as you can and then come out of this project before it starts sinking, right? So there's a lot of chances this project will go up pretty quickly and will dive down pretty quickly as well. So you need to be very careful with this project, right? But you definitely can make some really good yield at the early stages if you get in really early, which is right now, right? So the protocol brings intrinsic value to its native token in an era of inflationary emissions. So obviously they're trying to bring in intrinsic value to the token holders in an era where inflation is the news everywhere that you hear. So in every country you have inflation, and they are trying to be the beacon of hope in the crypto space right now, right? So Amplifi's three pillar products are liquidity mining program for native yield, creating an amplifier for native yield and protocol fusion, locking an amplifier in the Fuse pool for ETH dividends, and shared protocol revenue. So they have multiple sources of income, and these are the main pillar products that they're offering. Liquidity mining, they have an amplifier that provides native yield and protocol fusion, and they also have a locking and amplifier in the Fuse protocol for ETH dividends. So you can basically earn ETH dividends by locking within a particular Fuse pool, right? Amplifi has plans for several additional upgrades and products in the coming weeks to months. You'll be harnessing real yield in DeFi and flowing it back to users in a simple aggregated structure for every class of investors. So They have more products they're planning to launch out pretty soon. In the upcoming weeks to months, you'll definitely be hearing back from them. So you can go to the website and sign up to their newsletter to get most up-to-date information from them as well, right? And you can use their platform to harness as much yield as you can, which is exactly what a lot of people are starting to notice. If you're watching this video, you're pretty early on in this game, so I would definitely not recommend you to take this lightly, because this is the kind of project that can make you a lot of money in the bear market, right? And also they provide simple aggregated structure for every class of investor to invest and make money from, right? And that's pretty much the quick overview for Amplifi. If you ask me, if you go to their website, perpetualyield.io, which is their website, you can first of all see that they have a pretty simple and elegant website. They right off the bat provide all the documentation, medium pages, FAQs, and how everything works on the top, so that you don't have to scroll all the way to the bottom, which is a very smart move from their end. They also have the social media information on the top left corner as well, which is pretty cool. So I highly recommend you guys to access their social media pages to get up-to-date information from them. If you scroll further below, here's some beautiful graphics for computers. So first, decentralized annuity, dual yield backed by validators and protected by counter-inflationary systems. So they're trying to provide you with as much yield options as possible. You can click on the begin button to begin accessing Amplifi, and you can click on learn more to learn more about this protocol, right? So earn perpetual dividends through multiple assets in a low risk environment. So they're trying to provide you as much yield as they can in a low risk environment. Although it may sound extremely shady, even though there is a huge risk that this project will collapse in the future, because not a lot of projects who promise a high yield have sustained for long term. Since you are quite early in this project, you can still try to make as much as you can before you come out of this project and then move on, right? So it's still a good project for people who are really quick and nimble with their DeFi technique. So earn perpetual dividends through multiple assets in a low risk environment, receive up to 198% native APY in addition to protocol boosted Ethereum validator reward. So this is kind of like a beautiful graphic that they show for this platform. The problem with passive income is that there's multiple problems that prevents people from making passive income. Their tokens weren't backed by a protocol's value or revenue. This is obviously one of the main reasons why sustainable, long-term passive income is not feasible. The second reason is impossibly high yield causing uncontrolled token inflation. Obviously, this is the next main factor, because they promise high yield, but it's based on token inflation. So you get more tokens printed in order to give you that high yield, which ultimately defeats the whole purpose of the high yield, because you are getting diluted in your token price, right? Investors had the option to reinvest or sell. Most sold. So investors don't really stick along for a very long time, and savvy investors try to go in quick and come out quick, and that's why most people quickly sell, and the inexperienced investors are left with their bags holding on their hands, right? So those are the three main reasons why most people don't stick with a lot of projects, and therefore sustainable long-term yield is not possible, right? The Amplifi solution is that they have built-in mechanisms that permanently balances inflation and deflation with every transaction, which is pretty cool. They also provide, the native token is intrinsically valuable as a necessary gateway to earn external yield. Amplifi is not reliant on new investors to maintain the price of Amplifi. So this is very important. Locking Amplifi entitles holders to a variety of financial rewards, which are ineligible to those who sell their Amplifi without locking them. So obviously they're creating a mechanism, incentive mechanism for people to lock their Amplifi tokens, right? So here they talk about the validators and how you can earn ETH dividends. You can go through that. The world's first protocol for perpetual yield through a dividend paying crypto annuity. So again, they are saying the same thing again and again, and if you go through the website, you can find more information about how they work exactly. So you can they provide you step-by-step information how you can lock and earn your dividends, right? So why choose Amplifi? So I'm mining, which is the main kind of like mining revenue, which provides about 38% of the yield. Amplifier that provides 159% of APY. Fused amplifier, which provides multiple systems to earn up to 198% APY, and Amp Partner, which provides a decent amount of APY, but it doesn't really specify it here, so you can earn multiple means, right? So net deflationary tokenomics, gas optimizations, and so on and so forth. So if you scroll further below, you have other information. including the fact that you can subscribe to newsletters as well. So you can actually get free Amplifi tokens if you want to subscribe to the newsletter, which is another way they are incentivizing people to get new tokens or get exposed to new tokens, right? So you can do that to get some free Amplifi tokens as well. So that's pretty much it when it comes to the token itself. Let's go to the CoinMarketCap page again. If you see, the token is ranked 4,251st, which is like way behind in the ranking. And this is a good thing because you're pretty much buying it at the ground level, right? If you look at the price per token, again, this is very interesting. The sticker price at first glance may seem to be quite expensive, right? But if you take a look at the ranking and if you look at the price per token, it seems like the token has an extremely low max supply, which is one of the reasons why the token can be an extremely expensive token to buy at a sticker price value, and also at the same time be an extremely low ranked token as well, right? So the tokenomics, when we go through it in a few seconds, you'll understand is quite robust for this token, which is a good thing, right? They do mean that they are, when they mean that they are a deflation token, they actually do mean it, right? If you take a look at the price in the past 24 hours, the price has decreased, but again, this is no cause for concern because when a project is extremely new, there's a lot of pumps and dumps, and any small fluctuations in market cap can affect the price pretty quickly. So the token has been going down in the past 24 hours of up to 6%, close to 6% in the past 24 hours, which is a good thing for people who are trying to buy this token at a small dip, right? If you take a look at the contract address, you can clearly find the contract address from Ethereum. The market cap, again, it's not available because it's extremely early on in its in this token career, which is why we really don't know a lot of information about this token. But I can bet that this token has a market cap of less than $1 or $2 million, which is incredibly low, and that's one of the reasons why I'm saying that this is a very early project. You are pretty much going to be buying it at the ground floor if you buy this token right now, right? If you scroll further below, the volume is also quite low, which also is indicative of the fact that this token is quite early, really early on. So for a project that has a volume of more than $100,000, that would be considered as a little bit stable, but for now this is a little bit unstable. So if you're willing to take the risk and buy this token right now, you are definitely taking a stability risk from the volume perspective, but you're still buying it at a very low price. So you can definitely reap the reward if the token goes up significantly, which in my opinion it will, right? Again, if you look at the max supply, you can clearly see that, as we discussed, the sticker price clearly indicates that this token has a very low supply, which is exactly what we see here. It only has a max supply of 121,373 tokens. So that's all the tokens that we have for this token ever as a max supply. Again, as you know, Bitcoin is a coin that has extremely low scarcity. It only has 21 million coins that will ever exist, and that's one of the reasons why Bitcoin is called digital gold. But if you see, Amplifi in comparison is even more significantly scarcer than Bitcoin. So in theory, Amplifi is actually even more valuable than Bitcoin. Obviously, in reality, we know that that's not the case, but in theory, like this, there's so much scarcity built into the system, only a small amount of people can easily control the huge network, which is also causing a centralization risk. But at the same time, if you're trying to get in and get out of a project pretty quickly, then Amplifi will give you some incredibly handsome rewards, right? In fact, I can even see this token reach as high as $1,000 per token, which is not going to be surprising if you ask me, and I'll provide you some of my rationale towards the end of the video, right? So the max supply is amazingly low, and that is what I want to see from a project. I want to see scarcity built into the ecosystem, so that if everything fails, the scarce part of the token will continue to make it pump and will give us some handsome rewards, right? So if you scroll further below when it comes to the charts, again, we don't have a lot of information from the charts. So all the information that we have is indicating that even in the short term that the token has been around for, it's currently at its all-time low. So that's a good sign, because I want to see a token that I can buy at an almost lowest price possible, so that when it pumps, I can make the maximum amount of gain, right? The token was initially worth $20 per token, $20.92 as of 15th, which was yesterday. And this token has only been around since yesterday when it comes to price action wise, and it went as high as $22 per token as of yesterday as well, and then it kind of dropped down People started dumping this token at one point. It reached a low price of $18.32, and it kind of bounced back up, and then moved sideways for a while before dumping all the way to the current price of $17.26. So clearly this token is continuing to dump. I think this token will dump till maybe like $16 per token. But again, if you're trying to buy this token at this price point, you're still buying it at quite a relatively low level before this token starts pumping, right? So clearly this token is a very risky, at the same time high reward token. High risk, high reward tokens are the best tokens, especially when you're trying to get into the token extremely early, right? So when it comes to markets, again, this is where the magic happens. You can only buy this token from one exchange, which is also a decentralized exchange, and this is Uniswap version 2, not even version 3, it's version 2, right? So what are the benefits for this, right? So you are buying this token even before exchanges such as GRTio, MEXC list this token, which means once a few centralized exchanges start listing this token, the price will start shooting up, right? So the price starts shooting up, that's where you make most of the gains in the short term. So clearly this token is giving you an opportunity to get in even more earlier than centralized exchanges can get in, right? But the risk is obviously, you are relying on only one source to buy this token, and that source is also an expensive source. So Uniswap version 2 is quite expensive to buy because you'll be paying a high gas fee, right? So clearly that's the main issue, and the volume is also not that great. But again, I can easily see exchanges such as GRTio listing this token in a few weeks to even a month, but no more than a month. I can easily see them listing this token easily because it is a good quality project that has extremely high scarcity and strong fundamentals. Even though there's a huge risk with this project because it's extremely new, I think if you are trying to just get some small exposure with a little bit of cash that you're trying to put in, not too much, you can see some handsome rewards in the future, right? So buying this from Uniswap version 2 is worth it in my personal opinion because you're buying it at the ground level, right? And this project has some really good potential, and it's only less than like 1 day old. So you're basically buying this at the earliest stage possible. So you're only going to see some good returns in the future, right? So as more and more exchanges start listing this token, this will easily make this token appreciate in price significantly, and you'll make some good gains, right? So what's my final verdict on this token, guys? I think this token has some amazing opportunity for people to make some really good short-term gains. You can make some good gains when another exchange starts listing this, mainly like GRTio, MEXC are potential candidates to list this token easily. You can also do some arbitrage trading once the token has been listed. You can also make some good gains once a few exchanges have listed this token because the token tends to pump. You also have an option to use the platform itself to make some really good gains by locking up in some of the pools that they have to make some really good gains in the short term, right? Long term potential wise, it's definitely very new, so we really can't predict the future. Short term, I can easily see this token going as high as $50 per token, which is still pretty good if you ask me for the relatively short term. The long term, I can see this token going as high as $1,000 because of its scarcity alone, as I mentioned, but it's still quite speculative, and we need to see what kind of developments happen and how people respond to this token, right? So now to the most important section, how did I find this token, right? So I'm going to tell you guys how to find tokens at an extremely ground level, even before they get listed in a single centralized exchange, right? So if you go to CoinMarketCap and search for new cryptocurrencies, this is basically the easiest way to find new cryptocurrencies out there, and you can easily find a list of all the cryptocurrencies that are listed recently. And as you can see, if you scroll further below, you can clearly see that this token Amplifi was listed quite recently, maybe like today, early today morning, which was when this token was listed. So you can find a lot of scam tokens as well. So how to avoid finding scam tokens, right? Which is another thing that I can tell you. This token is an Ethereum based token, right? You mostly find a lot of scam tokens from the Binance Smart Chain or BNB chain, which is what I'm trying to avoid. You can find a lot of scam projects from Polygon as well, because Polygon seems to also be a very cheap blockchain, and therefore a lot of scammers try to rug pull, create a project from scratch, and then they rug pull on their users. I suggest you to focus on platforms such as Ethereum, because Ethereum is the birthplace for multiple different powerful DeFi projects that are still around with us. So Ethereum is the source of all innovation. So stick to the Ethereum blockchain when you're trying to focus on newer products, right? And again, even Ethereum is still not the guarantee. Like, there's been a lot of rug pull projects from Ethereum as well, but the likelihood of you finding a scam project is extremely low. So that's how I chose Amplifi, just by going to CoinMarketCap and searching for new cryptocurrencies and finding the blockchain where it's listed on. And Ethereum is the best place to buy some really good high quality projects, and obviously do your own research as well. If you find the project fitting well with your investment goals, then that's another option as well. But I find Amplifi to be a really good quality project that can definitely do multiple X's in the future, right? Again, that's just my opinion, guys. But again, if you want to watch more tips and tricks videos like this, where I can provide you with some of the tips and tricks that I used in a couple of last bull markets to make some really good gains at the ground level, then this is the channel that you need to be subscribing to. Don't waste your time. I'm going to make a lot of high quality videos like this, explaining techniques and tricks that most people don't really explain. So if you like this video, please hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos, right? Again, see you in my next video. Bye.